The Golden Bachelorette is moving on to Fantasy Suites, the part of the season that time after time delivers the most emotion and the most drama. And if this preview is to be believed, this time around will be no exception. Only problem is, I rarely believe these previews. So let's take a look at this thing and see what we can sleuth out, including who is going to be sent home next week, and as per usual, please, no posting any outright spoilers in the comment section below unless you can back it up with sleuthing, and a link to the full preview is in the description.
This is the most beautiful place I've ever been. It's paradise, and I am so happy. It's indescribable. Woo! This week is overnights.
I've fallen for that. I have. I didn't think I could feel this way again.
Well, the show is finally leaving the Bachelor Mansion just in time for Fantasy Suites, as Joan, Chalk, Guy, and Pascal are headed to Tahiti. And here, Joan is going to be taking what Zach did on his season and turning it up to a whole new level. She's saying there's going to be absolutely no hanky panky this week. And to really make sure she doesn't pull a Zach and go back on her word, Joan has asked for them to not even have beds in the room with them.
No bed at all. I said no bed in the room.
You sleep like would you sleep like cows standing up? How did that work?
We had a sofa, and then we went to our own rooms when we were done talking.
So the only thing that's going to be popping this week is this bottle of champagne with Guy, and maybe a few hips on this rough terrain ATV date with Chalk. Moving on.
He has a zest for life and makes me feel like life could be exciting.
I've been so lucky to find you. I'm the happiest guy.
Okay, and here we get to see the third Fantasy Suite date with Pascal. And this is the part of the preview where everything is sunshine and roses. Dates are going well, Chalk continues his Pinch Me tour of 2024, but this'll all change real soon as the preview is going to take a dramatic turn. Only thing is, how much do we actually believe here? Cause last week was a real doozy when it came to misleading and manipulative footage. For example, this statement from Pascal's daughter in that preview,
I thought by now I would feel more confident about them all.
He's not gonna pick you.
turned out to actually be this.
It's a two-way street. It goes both ways.
I know, and I truly don't think that he's not gonna pick you.
Or in that preview when they had Jordan's daughter saying, "You've never come up saying I'm so in love with someone."
You've never come up and been like, I'm so in love with someone.
Yeah.
That's very genuine.
Well, it turned out to actually be more like this.
I'm not super surprised that you're not like, I'm so in love, just since since...
Because you know me.
Yeah, well, yes. Well, and since you and Mom, separated, that was a decade ago, you've never come up and been like, I'm so in love with someone.
And when they had Chalk very seriously going,
So is this real?
I'm not sure if he's ready.
turned out to be, yet again, another bit of misleading editing.
I pinch myself. I go, is this real?
I know.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Yeah, it's real.
So, as we get into the dramatic parts of the preview, remember all of this. These Golden Bachelorette preview editors are working overtime to spice things up, and what we see might not actually be how things play out. So, let's keep going.
This ceremony will bond you.
After today, I feel like it's possible to find love. But my heart has to let love in. I'm gonna make a life-changing decision, and I've had this overwhelming sense of guilt.
Well, our main storyline for the season is Joan ready to let new love in after her late husband John continues. She says it's possible, but now she feels an overwhelming sense of guilt. But it looks like they had just enough budget left over to ship in advice from one of the Askin ladies from The Golden Bachelor. Not enough for Susan or Kathy, and is April still beefing with them? I haven't been keeping up on my Askin lore lately. But here's Nancy to dish some advice and nab a free cruise vacation in the process. Moving on.
My fear is that I won't be honoring John's memory.
I wish she was holding my hand. I know she's not okay.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
I wonder if your feelings had faded. Maybe Chalk's just too good to be true.
And here's a part that could be more misleading preview editing. Almost none of this "I wonder if your feelings have faded" stuff is actually shown coming out of Joan's mouth. We just get a jumbling of audio put on top of serious looking footage and dramatic music. All we actually see is Joan saying, "if your feelings have faded." That's it. Which, as we saw earlier, could be pulled from any kind of statement with any kind of of context. I'd sooner believe that the editors are just trying to throw us off, as Chalk is a very clear frontrunner at the moment. They do this kind of stuff to get us wondering if something might change and hook us into watching next episode. I mean, even Guy is not going to be immune to a dramatic fake out, as we'll see up ahead.
Get away from it. Go, 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 go.
He said, I know what true love is, and I don't feel that for you.
Okay, so just because they have Joan saying this as it cuts to Guy, doesn't mean she's saying this about Guy. She could be saying this about anyone. Heck, in the past, they've been known to pull from completely different parts of the season and throw it into a preview just to make things juicy. We've even seen audio clips pulled from different seasons brought back, like with Bachelor or Bachelorette contestants who've gone on Bachelor in Paradise, where completely out of context audio from their first season is thrown into a Paradise preview just to give it dramatic oomph. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly what's happening here, just that the editors will go to great lengths to make a preview more exciting. I'd wager that, of the three guys left, Joan is more likely talking about Pascal here, if this audio isn't Frankensteined together to be more dramatic. We know something happens at the end of their fantasy suite as seen here, something where both Joan and Pascal seem to be not okay. A realization that they're both not in love with each other makes sense to me, though I'm not sure Pascal is going to be so harsh about it as to say, I know what true love is, and I don't feel that for you. Or maybe he says something like that. Or maybe it is Chalk, or maybe it is Guy. I'm just going with the odds here. But let's now finish this preview off, and then talk about the elimination for next week.
Look, what's wrong with me? It hurts to think that I might leave with nobody.
And there the preview ends, with Joan asking what's wrong with her and bringing up the idea that she might leave with nobody. And most of the footage shown here comes from the end of her date with Pascal, as her outfit matches that night. Which, speaking of, check this out. Joan is all dolled up in a fancy evening date ensemble, while Pascal is in his casual Sunday at the salon all blacks. Which I suppose is something he might wear no matter how fancy the occasion, but it has me wondering if this is something that goes down before the evening date begins. Perhaps something is said during this ceremony date where their fears are mentioned, and that leads to one or either of these two realizing that this is the end. It's time to break things off. Now, both really enjoy each other, so they're both not okay. And I'd wager that Pascal is the one who initiates it only because of this clip.
The way she was holding my hand, I know she's not okay.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
The producer asks him if he's okay. I feel like that would be a weird thing to ask if Joan is the one who initiated the breakup. But whatever happens, even if this moment isn't a breakup or is something wildly different than what it seems to be, Pascal is for sure the next one on the chopping block. The whole last episode at Hometowns, Joan mentioned that there were two men who continued to be open and vulnerable with her, and that there were two men that were less so, with the less so guy being Jordan, who was sent home, and Pascal. So as I see it, no matter what kind of fancy editing is going on or whatever audio Frankenbite they put in, at the end of next episode, Pascal will be heading back to his salon in Chicago, and Chalk and Guy will be our final two. So that's it for this preview breakdown for week 7 of the Golden Bachelorette and Fantasy Suites. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts and theories in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, Bachelor Fantake out.
My fear is that I won't be honoring John's memory.
The way she was holding my hand, I know she's not okay.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.